And we welcome you to Chick Embrey Field on the campus of Escondido High School as tonight, SportsNetUSA.net presents Golden West Rustlers football. Tonight, it will be the 2-4 Rustlers taking on the 4-2 Comets of Palomar in a National Division Southern Conference tilt. A great Saturday evening to you wherever you are. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of it. Rahshaun Haylock here with you in this pivotal game between these Rustlers and these Comets. For Golden West is simple. Just win, baby. In the words of the late, great Al Davis, Rustlers in a situation where they need to win out or at the very least come up with at least 3 more wins in their final 4 games of the season for a chance at a bowl berth. For Palomar, they're trying to get on the winning side of things in conference play. Manny Cuevas will put it on the tee. He'll be kicking it off for the Rustlers, who won the toss and elected to defer. Kick taken at the 6-yard line, and here come the Comets, and there's a crease, and there's room. Coming up the near sideline and tackled right across midfield is Brian Nieves, the kick returner. A huge return there for Palomar as they'll have prime field position. Special teams continues to be a downfall for these Rustlers through the last 5 quarters. Enter the number 1 passer in the Southern Conference, Matt Romero, 6'2", 210, sophomore out of Oceanside. 58% of his passes he's completing this season, 18 touchdowns. That's first in the conference, 4th in the nation. He starts with 5 wide receivers. He sends the tailback Aguero in motion, lines up in the backfield. There's a slant over the middle. Ball's out. Ball is out. Do they call that a catch or do they call it incomplete? Let's see. One official called it a catch and a fumble. Another official came in and said incomplete. So that was Marquise Williams taking a big shot there. Ends up being incomplete, and it will be 2nd down and 10 for Palomar, starting this drive at the Rustler 45-yard line. Romero sends his tight end Adamson in motion. 4 wide. There's Aguero, the running back, in the flat. Pass thrown, incomplete, and a big hit applied there. And a flag is going to come in, and look out. A Rustler is down after making that hit. Right at midfield, it appears to be number 23, Alex Barnes. He gave Aguero a shot, but he ended up getting the worst of it. As you see him lying on midfield, they turn him over on his back now. But Barnes supplying a big hit there. A flag came in, so there is going to be a penalty, which will be alerted of once Barnes is up. So they charge the penalty to the Rustlers. Our white hat tonight, Dave Garza. The umpire, Andres Gutierrez. The head linesman, Doug Sewell. The side judge, Peter Enns. The line judge tonight, Gary Krause. The field judge, Ryan Castillo. And the back judge is John Thur. All the Rustlers on a knee right now as their teammate Barnes is being helped up, as he's able to get off of the field under his own strength, which is a good sign. But, man, that looks scary. Personal foul against Golden West. So I imagine they call that penalty against Barnes. Looked like a clean hit from here, but first down nonetheless. So first penalty of the night is a 15-yarder against the Rustlers. Romero sends a man in motion, and there's going to be another flag on the play. So a false start against Palomar. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And that'll move the Comets back. So it'll be a 1st and 15 Palomar from the Rustler 35-yard line. We'll set up the lineups for you momentarily as Romero looks over to the near sideline to get the play. Palomar in their silver helmets, black tops, white pants with the red stripes. Rustlers, black helmets, white tops, black pants. Romero trying to run. He shovels it to the back out of the backfield, Thomason, and that one falls incomplete. And you see the Rustler front four getting some pressure there. And Romero started this game 0 for 3, brings up a 2nd down and 15. For the Rustlers defensively, Damon Roberts, David Siliuta, Dwayne Tuatasi, and Silas Collins. No Tyler Vaimaona tonight. He's out with a knee injury. The linebackers, Barnes, who just left the game, Avery Jones, and Rudy San Jose. The cornerbacks, Markel Johnson, J.T. Thomas, Joey Maduena, and Gaiman Howard, the safeties. Empty set for Romero. Looking over the middle, and it's too tall for his intended wide receiver, Nielsen. 4 straight incompletions to start the game for Romero. Brings up a 3rd down and 15. Preston Johnson, Josh Castrillon, Joshua Pichette, Jeremiah Castrillon, and Michael Childress, the front 5 protecting Romero. The running back is Aguero. The wide receivers, Nate Johnson, leading the Southern Conference in touchdowns. Also, Marquise Williams and Devin Nielsen. They send Thomason, the backup tailback, in motion. Empty set, Romero on 3rd and long. Over the middle, incomplete, almost picked off. Avery Jones almost caught it. Pardon me, that was San Jose there who almost got it on a tip drill. Instead, it falls incomplete. And that brings up a 4th down and long. And enter the special teams unit for Joe Early's Palomar Comets doing the punting duties. For Palomar is Tyson Dyer. And we have a timeout taken. Timeout taken by the Rustlers. So their first charge timeout. It comes with 14:20 to play here at Chick Embrey Field. Home of the Cougars, the Escondido Cougars. We're speaking with Joe Early this time last year. If you remember, it was Palomar who came down to Golden West and played the first ever game played at Golden West Field. And Joe Early a little envious that his team isn't able to play their home games on campus. We heard rumors that there may be something in the works for Palomar in the near future, but for the time being, they will continue to play here at Chick Embrey Field, Escondido High School. So Markel Johnson will park at the 10. Tyson Dyer, transplant from Australia, said he's only been here in the States for 8 months, has an American girlfriend, he wants to be close to her. This kick goes over the head of Johnson, who calls for a fair catch, and is going to be downed at the 1. So great field position for Palomar to start this game. Not so good for Golden West to start this one, as they're going to have to go 99 yards if they want to reach the orange-clad end zone here at Escondido High. Joe Pyle, 64% of his passes he's completing on the year, 932 yards, 7 touchdowns for the bounce back from the University of Nevada. This is still a wide-open quarterback competition. But Pyle, as you remember last week, played almost every snap. Buxa came in for a little bit through that pick 6, and Pyle came right back in. This time Pyle standing on the A and Cougars in the end zone, out of the gun, delivers it far side, and that's going to be Sheldon White. Makes one man miss on a little dump off in the flat there to the wide receiver. He gets up to the 5-yard line, so a little bit of breathing room there for the Rustlers. A pickup of 4 there as Pyle completes his first pass of the game. 2nd and 6 for Golden West. No Rhino Tavai tonight. It's Tavon Valdez in there at a running back, and Valdez gets the first carry of the game, and he rumbles his way ahead to the 9-yard line. Another pickup of 4, but hold everything. There is a flag on the play. Couch on the stop for Palomar. So we're going to have a personal foul charge to Palomar. So a first down for the Rustlers, a gift as this one moves Golden West past the 20 and down at the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Rustlers and some breathing room on this drive. Ofoloto Kuma, we're told, is back with the team. Not getting the start tonight. It's McCann at center. We'll set up the lineups for you in a moment. Here's Pyle. His second throw of the game is airborne over the head of Hargo, and it'll be 2nd down. Nick Siatanuu at left tackle. Brian McCann, the left guard. Jared Garcia moves over to center from right guard once again for the 2nd consecutive week. Genesis Kololo in there at right guard, and Tavita Sagapolu, the right tackle. Ramel Hargo gets the start at wide receiver in place of Derek Deese. The other wideouts, Braylon Mouton, Sheldon White, and Xavier Smith. Here's Pyle on 2nd down. There's Smith. He catches but didn't get much. As a matter of fact, he lost 2 there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long for the Rustlers. Four-man front for Palomar. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation, the top of your screen. Valdez, the lone back for Pyle on 3rd and 12. Steps up, he can run, and there he goes. Pyle at the 30, tries to turn the corner. He gets out of bounds right at the sticks. Boy, that first down marker was at the 34-yard line, and he got right there. I mean, maybe a quarter more, if that. But Pyle gets enough for the first down. So the quarterback picks up a nice rush there, and it's a first down for the Rustlers to keep this drive alive. Twin receivers for Pyle this time. Ball in between the hash marks as we approach 12 to play here in this first quarter. They send White in motion. They give it to him on an end around. He turns the corner. Boy, he turned nothing into something there. As Palomar had him strung out. Looked like that one was going to go for a 2-yard loss. Instead, he picks up 2 there on the carry. So a little wrinkle there from John Shipp. Giving the ball to White on an end around. Carter Couch, Nick Zimmerman, Anthony Zuniga, and Arnold Yoder, the front 4 for Palomar. They hand it off to Valdez, and he's going to be stuffed. Making the TFL is the linebacker, Chandler Wachholtz. The other linebacker is J.D. Fox in the secondary. They got 5 DBs, Devontae Woods and Rahshaun Herring, the corners. Maxwell Scott, Danny Wood, and Jake Ambrose round out the secondary as it is now 3rd down and 10 for the Rustlers. From the 34. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Pyle going to run it. Pyle close to the sticks there. I tell you, it looks like he got it again on 3rd down. Pyle needed 10, and he's right there at the sticks. Let's see. Are they going to – Dave Garza's checking it out, and he says first down. So our white hat tonight, Dave Garza, gives the signal. Pyle, for the 2nd time on this drive, picks up a first down on a run of 3rd and 10 or more. 10:27 left here, first quarter. Smith in the slot, the bottom of your screen. They send Ratcliffe in motion. Pyle going to keep it as they fake the end around there. And Pyle gets nothing there, ends up losing 1. Disappointing loss for the Rustlers last week at Saddleback. Not so much just the score, 39-7. Of course, coming off a bye, it was the league opener. You're coming off that huge win over Saddleback the year before. But just the way it happened, they almost didn't really give themselves a chance. 3 punting faux pas in that first quarter gave Saddleback short fields, and Rustlers never able to recover. Here's a pass from Pyle in the slot, and that's caught by White right at midfield. 8-yard pickup there, brings up a 3rd down. Second grab of the night for Sheldon White. 3rd and 4 from midfield for the Rustlers. This drive started at their own 1-yard line. Ratcliffe, the lone receiver, to the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers to the top. Pressure coming. Pyle over the middle. Pass caught Xavier. And Xavier wrangled from behind at the 35-yard line of Palomar. But a 15-yard pickup there and the 3rd first down conversion on this drive for Golden West. .38 to play, first quarter. They go with 3 wide this time. 2 backs, 1 to each side of Pyle. They give it to Valdez. Stops, tries to start back upfield, but no. A black-clad defense of Palomar gets to him. Maxwell Scott coming in on the stop. Scott plays at safety / linebacker, maybe rover type position for Joe Early's Comets. And I'll tell you, he's a tackling machine. Loss of 2 there for Valdez. Here's Pyle on 2nd down. And he's hit as he throws. That one falls incomplete. Third and 12, Golden West. From the Comet 36-yard line. And into the game for the first time tonight is Rhino Tavai. So we were told he was a game-time decision with a knee injury. Valdez got the start. Looks like Tavai is indeed going to play. He's in there in protection right now. Here's a pass thrown far sideline and complete. Pyle was looking over there for Hargo. It falls incomplete at the 25-yard line. And so after starting 4 for 4, Pyle has now thrown back-to-back incompletions here. And it brings up a 4th down and long. Offense going to stay on the field. May look for a quick kick here from the Rustlers. Twin receiver sets, and Pyle, he backs up, and indeed, here's the quick kick. And he boots this one. Looks like it's going to go into the back of the end zone. So the Rustlers had a little something going on that drive, but come up short-handed as they have to punt it away. And, folks, let us remind you that Golden West Rustler football right here on sportsnetusa.net is brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim, where service and parts is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Check out the alignment, brake, and oil change specials on the web at MillerToyotaofAnaheim.com, located at the 91 and Euclid. Miller Toyota of Anaheim supports high school sports, community college sports, and education. Matt Romero back out to lead the Palomar offense, looking for his first completion of this game. 7.5 to play, low snap, and they hand it off. Aguero, a nice spin move, but he's going to be tackled right at the ankles by Silas Collins after a pickup of 1 there. Collins, as we mentioned, getting the start tonight in place of the injured Tyler Vaimaona. Spoke with Tyler before the game, has his knee in a brace, got a little bit banged up during the Saddleback game last week. Said he hopes to play next week. He's got to just keep moving and keep that knee active. Don't want to lay around and allow it to get stiff on him. Here's Romero. First completion of the night is in the flat. Here's Thomason, and he gets it for a pickup of 1. Brings up a 3rd and long. And correction there, that's going to be Rashad Harper there making the completion for Palomar. Comets, the #1 pass offense in the Southern Conference. Rustlers, the #1 pass defense. Something's got to give tonight. Here is a completion to Williams, and he's tackled right at the 25. So a nice job by the Rustlers here, forcing another 3 and out. That's 4 there on the stop, and it brings up a 4th down for Palomar. Markel Johnson standing at his own 41-yard line. The punt is away. Wow, it's a booming kick. Line drive right to Johnson. Makes one man miss, and Johnson tries to scurry up the far sideline, but he's going to tiptoe out of bounds right at or near midfield. So Joe Pyle and company will go back to work with pretty good field position here. 5:24 to play in this first quarter of this Southern Conference tilt between Palomar and Golden West. Rahshaun Haylock here with you. Ed Ford providing all the visuals as we present to you Golden West Rustler football. Known on SportsNetUSA.net, proud home of the Rustlers. Valdez parked behind Pyle, who's in the pistol. Stretch play. Valdez off the right side. And he's down at midfield. So a pickup of 2 there for Valdez. Valdez has had some pretty good practices. Of course, there's a lot of talking. If you're with us last week, Nathan Percy, my partner, brought up the point about Valdez maybe pushing for some more time, some more carries at that tailback spot. They set up a screen. Here's Valdez, and he breaks 1 tackle. Tries to get forward, and a nice surge there to pick up 3 as he was almost taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So 3-yard pickup brings up a 3rd down and 5 for Tavon. But Valdez has shown an ability to provide a nice change of pace for these Rustlers. Speaking with Coach Mitchell, he likes the 1-2 punch of Tavai and Valdez. They really like Tavai a lot. And Tavai, when he's healthy, is going to be the feature back. Pressure coming. Pyle steps up over the middle. Deese right off of his shoulder. And it falls incomplete. And Derek Deese, woes continue. Had the dropsies last week. Coaching staff really challenged him this week in practice, as you notice he did not get the start tonight. Ramil Hargo in the starting lineup in place of him, and the first pass he sees hits him right in the shoulder, falls incomplete. James Baldwin in to punt it away on 4th down. And this one is a high spiral kick into the Escondido night. And fair catch called for and made by Palomar's Devin Nielsen. 4 minutes exactly remaining here in this first quarter. No score between Palomar and Golden West. Rustler defense, despite giving up a 15-yard penalty on that first drive and having to guard a short field on that first drive, were able to force Palomar into a punting situation. On the previous drive, they forced him into a 3-and-out. And so here comes Matt Romero to try to muster up something for this Comet offense here in this first quarter. They fake the end around. The handoff goes for nothing. James Baldwin got in there to make the stop, and it's going to be a loss of 2. Romero looking over to the near sideline for the play. Aguero, the tailback, is in the slot at the top of your screen. Got to watch Johnson, who split wide to the bottom of your screen. Here's the carry, and Palomar gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing more. So a 2-yard pickup there. Avery Jones making the stop there. Another 3rd and long situation for Palomar. If you're Coach Nick Mitchell, you got to be encouraged from what you've seen from your defense so far here in this first quarter. So we are officially under the lights here in Escondido. James Baldwin in there, lined up at a defensive end. He was getting a lot of defensive end drills during warm-ups tonight. Here's Romero on a wheel route, incomplete. He was looking for Aguero coming out of the backfield. Rudy San Jose all over him on the coverage. Incomplete. And it's going to bring up a 4th down for Palomar. So not a great start at all for this Comet offense. As Romero just 2 of 8 passing for 5 yards here in this first quarter. Rustler defense has come to play tonight, and it should be noted for as many yards as Romero's thrown for so far this year. Not the great completion percentage that you would think. Entered tonight completing just 58% on the season. Rugby-style kick here. And Johnson muffs the punt. It's picked up, however, by the Rustlers. Alex Barnes, good to see him up and back in the game. He picked it up, a fortuitous roll there for Golden West, as Barnes is able to pick up a couple, but Johnson, you don't see that every day. He just missed it. I'm telling you, these balls are coming to Johnson in a hurry, and it's been a long time since he's had an opportunity to really be able to return some kicks. So I can't help but to think that he's getting a little excited, a little happy back there with the opportunity to finally be able to return a few here. The book's out on him, and teams have been kicking away from him since about week 3, really. Maybe a little over-anxious there by the Rustler punt returner. Fortunately for them, it falls in their hands. Here's Pyle up the seam. Smith inside the 10. A beautiful completion there from Pyle to Smith. They mark the ball down at the 6-yard line. 38-yard pickup. Here's Pyle, going to keep it himself, tries to turn the corner, and he does, reaching for the pylon, he finds it. End zone, touchdown, Rustlers. Joe Pyle with a 6-yard touchdown run. Calls his own number after setting up that touchdown with a beautiful heave of 38 yards. And the Rustlers get on the board first as they lead it here 6-0 over Palomar. And late coming onto the field is the holder, Johnny Buxa. So it'll be Buxa to hold it. Saul Rodriguez. The point after, and it's good. So Golden West 7, Palomar nothing. As you're watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Rahshaun Haylock here with you. Ed Ford providing the visuals on a beautiful night here in San Diego County. Rustlers get on the board first, and it was a nice pass right up the seam from Pyle. And I was not at the Riverside game. I know he completed a couple there, But that pass right there, probably, I got to say, probably the best one we've seen from number 16 so far this season. And for no other reason, the fact that we don't see him take a lot of shots. I mean, you guys have been with us all season. You know that the shots down the field from number 16 have been few and far in between, but that one right on the money, right up the seam, 38 yards. Is Smith able to catch it on the run there and was down inside the 10-yard line. That set up the touchdown for Golden West. So here's the kickoff, and going to be taken by one of the up men of Palomar, and not getting much on the return there was the tight end, Blake Adamson. So 1:45 to play, first quarter. And this Rustler defense will come back on the field ready to work. Let's see, there is a flag on the play. So Dave Garza and his crew will sort things out. Going to call an offside against the Rustlers. The flag is back at about the 35-yard line where the kickoff was made. So actually 2 fouls against the Rustlers here. So an offside against the Rustlers. That one going to be declined as Dave Garza comes over to talk to 16th year head coach Joe Early. Early, of course, took over for Tom Kraft, who really built this program into a national power during his time here. Kraft left here and went to take over as the head coach at San Diego State. After that, actually came back here to Palomar for a stint as a volunteer, working with Coach Early. And, of course, he went to Mount Sac after that as the offensive coordinator before getting his own gig at Riverside. And we all know what he's been able to do with the Riverside program since he's taken that one over. 1:45 to play. First quarter, Romero steps up. Romero going to tuck it. He's going to have to run with it. There he goes, and he gets out of bounds as he got maybe a yard back to the original line of scrimmage. Nice job by the Rustlers defensively. Romero looked downfield, saw nothing, tried to scramble, and got close to nothing. So the Rustler defense covering all their bases there on that play. Second down and 9. As we approach 1.5 to play here in the first. Thomason in there at a tailback. Johnson split wide to the bottom of your screen. Low snap. He's looking for Johnson. There he is, wide open. He found a little space in the seam, breaks the tackle, and he's still with it. Ball's out, though. And a fortuitous roll right there to Marquise Williams, who never gave up on the play. A 35-yard pickup there on the play. Looks like they're going to credit Ajizu there with the forced fumble. But Johnson just lost that one. Nice job by Ajizu getting downfield. Here's Romero on a fade, looking for Johnson again. Almost intercepted by Johnson. Johnson and Johnson battling there, and it was Mark Hale who almost got his hands on that one and was almost able to pick it off. 33 seconds left, but you got to like the play there by Markell. Going up against one of the top pass catchers here in the Southern Conference. Nate Johnson leading the conference in touchdown receptions. He has 6 of them. He's also second in yards, just under 100 per game. 4 wide for Romero. Steps up over the middle, pass caught. It's Williams, and Williams is into the end zone for a Palomar touchdown. 30-yard touchdown pass from Romero to Williams. And Palomar an extra point away from tying this thing. 25 seconds left here in this first quarter. Just a couple of big plays. First, it started with that penalty against the Rustlers on the kickoff. It's a big play. Bang, bang, 38-yarder from Romero Johnson. And then a 30-yard hookup from Romero to Williams. And just like that, they find the end zone. 65 yards on 2 plays. Didn't make that a tough drive for the Comets. So Nick Mitchell will no doubt talk to us much about correcting some things. This is a Rustler team that before that drive had really been stellar against this Palomar offense in this first quarter, but Comets struck quickly there on that one and were able to tie it up. So we're all knotted, 7 apiece here in this first quarter, and Palomar will be kicking it off to Golden West. It will be Tyler Vargas to kick it off. Markel Johnson and Xavier Smith back deep to receive it for Golden West. Johnson will field this one at his own 2. Johnson up the middle, has a crease, but a nice tackle there as he crossed the 25-yard line. Beautiful special teams play made there by Brandon Valdez-Price. 18 ticks left in this first quarter, so Joe Pyle will return to work here and lead this Rustler offense. Pyle 6 of 8, 64 yards in that touchdown so far here in the first quarter. Here's Valdez. They'll try the left side this time. And he'll pick up 2. And that play will take us to the end of the first quarter. So after 1, it's Golden West 7, Palomar 7. As you're watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Rahshaun Haylock here alongside Ed Ford, manning the controls, providing all the visuals for you on this fine Saturday evening here in San Diego County. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your Saturday as these Rustlers try to get back into the winning swing of things. Entering the night having lost 3 in a row. The one last week, of course, was one to forget. The 39-7 drubbing at the hands of Saddleback. And a game in which the Rustlers really didn't give themselves a chance. This Golden West team, of course, will return home next Saturday. It will mark almost a month since the Rustlers have been home. Their last game at Golden West Field was back on September 30th. So you had the bye and then back-to-back road games, and nearly a month between home games for these Rustlers. But it'll be the Battle of the Bell, 1 p.m. right here on SportsNetUSA.net. We'll have that one for you. So Rustlers will take on their rivals OCC, but first got to handle business here in San Diego. Here's Deese on a slant, and Deese is down at the 47-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and a first down for the Rustlers. $14.50 left in this second quarter. Kahuna Nui in there to the left of Tavai. They run the option, the pitch to Valdez, and Palomar is all on top of it. That was Scott there making the stop. We're going to hear his name a lot tonight. Scott one of the leading tacklers for this Palomar team. Second on the team in tackles, averaging 6 per game. Pile over the middle, pass caught. Mouton picks up 13 there, and another first down. And Pyle looks real confident in this pocket right now as he stood in there. Pocket collapsing on him and everything, and he was able to fire a strike right over the middle to Mouton. And another Rustler first down. Quickly they go, and it's Valdez. Finds a crease, goes forward, but he's pushed back down at the 40-yard line. They give him his forward progress, however, to the 42. A pickup of 4. Second down and 6, Golden West. Ball at the Palomar 38-yard line. Play fake. Pile rolling. Catching is Kahuna Nui. Breaks one tackle. Oh, what a burst there from Kahuna Nui. A spin move inside the 20, and a late flag comes in. 20-yard pickup, but we'll see if it stands. We were told Melvin Kahuna Nui would probably be more of a focal point in the offense tonight with the injury to Tavai. Didn't know it would be in the passing game, though. Nice job there by Kahuna Nui. So you can add 15 to that because of the face mask penalty against Palomar. Third penalty of the game against the Comets. Second of the 15-yard variety. Tavai comes off. Valdez scurries on with 10 left on the play clock. 2 backs for Pyle. Low snap. And that play was done before it ever really got started. That snap practically hit the ground. Pyle had to pick it up. He gave it to Valdez, and it was too late as that defense collapsed on Valdez. And making the stop there was Austin Alualu. 7-7 our score, 12:09 left in this first half. Tavai back in at a tailback. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Deese is split all the way at the bottom. Pyle looking that way. Deese has a matchup. Ball thrown too tall, though. And there is a Comet down in the end zone. On the coverage there was Rahshaun Herring. And Herring came down after defending that play against Deese. And he was immediately shaken up. Herring, 5'9" sophomore out of Deltona, Florida, leads this team with 10 pass breakups on the season. But he was immediately hurt when he came down. Can't help but to think he came down kind of awkward. Herring goes at 5'9". Deese, of course, 6'5". So Pyle sees that. That's a matchup that he likes. And Herring, you can see him trying to walk it off, but barely able to put any pressure on that left foot. So Herring hobbled. Third and goal. Pyle, they're trying to fade to the opposite side. Jump ball. Caught. Touchdown, Rustlers. Deese with the touchdown grab. His third touchdown of the year. Second touchdown pass of the night for Pyle, and the Rustlers go back in front. Looks at a hold. The kick is up and good by Rodriguez. Golden West 14, Palomar 7, 11:36 to play here. They tried the fade on one side. It was unsuccessful, so Pyle moved Deese over to the opposite side. Threw the fade up, and Deese was able to go up and get it for his third touchdown grab of the year. Fans, let us remind you that Golden West Rustlers football right here on SportsNetUSA.net is brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Save with new car specials with factory rebates of $2,000 on select 2017 Corollas, including the LE and special edition models, on the web at MillerToyotaofAnaheim.com, located at the 91 and Euclid. Miller Toyota of Anaheim supports high school sports, community college sports, and education. Manny Cuevas will put it on the tee. And here's a pooch kick. Rustlers trying to catch them off guard. But the catch is going to be made there by Jake Ambrose on the special teams for Palomar. So they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Don't forget, Rustlers back in action next week. 1 p.m. kickoff. It'll be the Battle of the Bell, the West Coast Showdown. Two rivals will collide as Orange Coast College will make its way to Golden West for the first time ever in this historic rivalry. The game will be played at Golden West Field. Don't want to miss that one. 1 p.m. kickoff right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Two backs for Romero. They send Aguero in motion to the far side. They find him in the flat. He turns it upfield. Starts, stops, now tries to reverse field, and that wasn't a good idea. Ends up losing some of his initial gain there. So in total, it's just a pickup of 1 there. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. A little too much dancing there for Aguero. Trips to the near side. Play fake. Romero off a deflection. Caught. Interception. Rudy San Jose. And a late flag is going to come in here after the play. And there's also some pushing and shoving between a couple of linemen. Looks like Degnan Thiel getting into it there with Palomar's Jeremiah Castrillon. And this interception not going to count. They're going to call it a pass interference against the Rustlers. Wow, that was a late flag that came in. Incredible. Official didn't throw the flag. It came from the head linesman on the near side. And the flag didn't come in until the interception was made. Wow, was that late. Incredible. So it'll be an automatic 1st down for Palomar. So a spot of foul penalty. Ends up only being about 4 yards, but yet an automatic 1st down for the Comets. Aguero goes in motion, now lines up in the backfield. Romero hands it off to him, makes the initial man miss, but he runs right into Degnan Thiel and company. Picks up 2 on the play. Silas Collins also in there on the stop. Incredible. Personal foul, face mask charged against the Rustlers. 15-yard varieties. This one going to move Palomar into Golden West territory. This will be 1st and 10, Comets at the Rustler 39. Chase Olsen, the tight end, is in the backfield. Aguero now lines up behind Romero. They give it to Aguero again. This time he comes off the left side. And right there to greet him, it rains for the Rustlers. But it ends up being a pickup of 5. Longest run of the night so far for Aguero. Second and 5, Palomar. At the Rustler 34. Thomas in the deep back now for the Comets. Play fake. Romero looking left. Has Johnson. And Johnson against Johnson. Incomplete. Flag comes in. It's got to be a push-off against Palomar's Johnson. Nate Johnson there that time. As he and Markell getting into it there. Nate Johnson listed as 6'2". Markell listed as 5'10". But it doesn't look like Nate has that much of a size advantage against Markell. Nice coverage there by Johnson. Let's see what Dave Garza says. Pass interference against the offense. And so that will be against Palomar, obviously, and to move them back near midfield. Moves them back to the 49-yard line. Oh, check that. They actually move the yard box. So it moves them to the 44. 10-yard penalty against the Comets. 2 receivers to the top of the screen. They send Nate Johnson in motion. They hand it off Thomason. And Thomason, a nice job on that left side. They went right over the back of Josh Castrion, the left guard there that time. And he gets it to the 36-yard line. 8-yard pickup. Longest run of the night for Palomar. Curry Thomason, 6-foot sophomore. 220 pounds. He's the big back of the two. Out of Mira Mesa. 3 seconds left on the play clock. Romero needs to hurry. I don't think he sees it. But he gets the timeout, and he is upset. Asking for that play to come in quicker. 8:50 left in this first half. Golden West 14, Palomar 7. And Rustler fans, we have a new sponsor here for Rustler football. And it's our good friends at Raising Cane's. Eat like a champion with Raising Cane's. Bring home a tailgate full of fresh, never, ever frozen cook-to-order chicken fingers today. Cooked fresh. When you order and served hot, fresh, and just as fast. Also, make sure you cool off with Raising Cane's sweet tea and lemonade served ice cold over Cane's signature crushed ice. That's Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, 3150 South Harbor, just south of Gisler Street in Costa Mesa. Raising Cane's. Score some chicken on this drive. 8:50 to play here, second quarter. As the offense of Palomar will run back out onto the field after that timeout. That was their first charge timeout of this half, so they'll have 2 left. Rustlers also have 2 remaining. Thomason is the deep back, 4 wide for Romero. Near side, and a nice open field tackle there made by Ford. That was Bryce Walker making the catch for Palomar. And he ends up only picking up about 1 as Ford closed quickly there that time. So it's going to bring up a 4th down for Palomar. Offense going to stay on the field. Free play. Romero throws it up. It's going to be intercepted by Johnson. but it's not going to count because there's going to be an offside. Looks like it's going to be an offside against the Rustlers. It has to be, right? Otherwise, false start, play would be dead. Like 4 white jerseys jumped offside there. You got an offside against Golden West, and you got a pass interference against Palomar, offsetting penalties. So they'll replay the down. There was some confusion there. Rustlers thought that the interception would stand. Nick Mitchell's still on the field at the 30-yard line talking to the officials, trying to get an explanation. So we'll do 4th down again. 4th and 6. Romero on a fade again. Johnson, end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Incomplete. There is a flag on the play, however. I'll tell you, Johnson and Johnson are really battling one another. Looked like Nate may have got away with another push-off. No flag there from the officials. There is a flag on the opposite side of the field, however. But I tell you, you're not going to see Nate Johnson miss too many of those. I mean, that was 6 easy. And he is upset with himself right now for letting that one hit the turf. A personal foul against the Rustlers. 1st down, Palomar. So this will move Palomar inside the Rustler 20. They mark the ball down at the 19-yard line. 4th penalty of the night for the Rustlers, the 3rd of which has been the 15-yard variety. Palomar this season, 2nd in the conference in the red zone. 74% on the season, 23 of 31. They find themselves here with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the Rustler 19-yard line. That's Morrell in motion. They give it to Thomason. He tries to cut it back, but a nice job defensively by the Rustlers to close. Silas Collins there. He got to him first, and he had some help in the form of Avery Jones. Raines got in there as well. Overall, great job by the Rustlers there defensively to get Thomason down for a loss. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 from the 21. Under 7.5 to play here. Coming up at the half, we'll have an interview with Savea Harrington, defensive line coach of your Rustlers. Don't want to miss that. He dropped a couple of gems. Here's Romero on 2nd down. Pass thrown, incomplete. J.T. Thomas there on the stop as Walker was the intended wide receiver. Check that. That's 4 there on the coverage for the Rustlers. 3rd and long. So you got Howard and Ajizu in there at safety. Ford and J.T. Thomas are the corners. 3rd and 11. Romero over the middle. Pass caught, then dropped. Big hit there by Gaiman Howard as Williams got airborne there that time and was unable to hold on to it. So enter the kicking unit on 4th down. Tyler Vargas, 8 of 11 on the year. His longest is from 50. This one will be from 39. Ball right in between the hash marks for the sophomore. Rudy San Jose is the rustler you saw there get airborne. A host of flags to come in on the play. A couple things you can't do. First of all, the rustlers, it appeared, jumped offside. If you're San Jose, him jumping over the line there, I'm not sure that's a legal play. We got an encroachment against the rustlers. So replay first down. So to still be fourth down. But instead, it will now be a 34-yard field goal for Vargas. Kick is no good. But there's another flag on the play. Unbelievable. This, the 10th penalty of the game. We'll see what Dave Garza calls it. And they waive it. So we're just at 9. Just at 9. 6:52 to play in this first half. So they waive the flag. And the Rustlers will take over first down and 10. Don't forget, coming up at the half, we'll talk to Savea Harrington, the longtime defensive line coach for your Golden West Rustlers. And I mentioned he dropped a couple of nuggets. One of which he talked about one of his mentors, one of his influences in terms of coaching. So you don't want to miss that. Tremendous story. Talked about one of his former coaches who have been a mentor for him and now coaching in the NFL. Valdez will get the carry on first down off the left side. He picks up 1. Approaching 6.5 to play. Rustlers with a 7-point lead here, trying to tack on some more as we get close to halftime. Pyle in the slot. White with the catch, his third of the night. White gets it upfield, a first down and more as he's inside the 35, down at the 36. 15-yard pickup there for Sheldon White and move those sticks for the Rustlers. Pyle. And Valdez gets stuffed after a gain of 1. Stop made there by Zimmerman.
After a gain of 2, he's hit by number 98, Mitch Zimmerman. Call it second down 8 for Golden West from the Rustler, 39-yard line.
Approaching 5 to play here in this second quarter. Pyle looking near side, has Hargo, and incomplete. Hargo tried to jump over the back there of Woods, who was defending. Had to try to come up with a highlight reel catch there. Instead, it falls incomplete, brings up a third down. 3rd and 8 for the Rustlers. Ball at the 39-yard line. .507 left. 14-7 Rustlers. First half winds down here in Escondido. Pyle over the middle, has White again. And White inside of Palomar territory. And down inside the 45. They mark him down at the 43-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup. And another first down for Golden West. White now with 4 grabs for 44 yards. Good to see him become a more integral part of this Rustler offense. They send Smith in motion and hold everything. Flag comes from the far sideline. False start against the Rustlers. And that will be the 10th penalty of the night. 6th on the Rustlers. So the ball's back at the Palomar 48-yard line. First down and 15. Decent split wide to the bottom of your screen. In the slot there is Kevin Jones. Smith goes in motion. He gets it on the end around. Xavier Smith. And a nice open field stop there made by Maxwell Scott. So Smith picks up 6 as he gets just past the original line of scrimmage. Second and 9 coming up for Pyle and company. Pistol formation, twin wide. Valdez, a spin move, a first down and more across the 35-yard line and down at the 33, but there is a flag on the play. 10-yard pickup for Valdez, but will it stand? It will not. It's coming back, a holding against the Rustlers.
Is the preliminary call against Golden West. That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. They'll replay second down.
So it's a spot of foul penalty, but this will move the Rustlers back into their own zone. This will be second down and long for the Rustlers from their own 48. Approaching 3.5 to play here in this second quarter. Trips to the far side. Pyle looking over the middle. Pyle still looking, going to tuck it now. Pyle tries to get to the outside, tries to spin move himself, and gets across midfield to the 49-yard line. So 4 yards on the keeper there for Pyle. Brings up third down and long. So 3rd and 17 for Golden West. Under 3 to play here in the second quarter. Pyle, pressure in his face. Going to be flushed left and sacked. Ankle sack made there by Zuniga, the defensive lineman. And that's going to put a halt to this Rustler drive. Brings up a 4th down as Zuniga clipped Pyle right at the ankles. And the Rustler quarterback came tumbling down. Baldwin drops the snap, picks it up, going to try to run with it, and going to be tackled. A late flag comes in after the play, however, but the issues on the Rustler punt unit continue here tonight. It looked like the Rustlers were trying to rush there as Palomar was still getting players on and off the field. And Baldwin caught that one. He has the liberty to run at times if he sees an advantage or if he gets a signal or from the far sideline, from the Rustler sideline. But this time he just dropped it. So it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Palomar. It's a dead ball foul, so Palomar will retain the possession, but they'll start their drive, however, back in their own zone. 1st and 10, Comets from their own 46-yard line. You can't help but think that Baldwin, the third there, caught it. Eyes may have gotten big there, and he didn't catch it. So as he was waiting to receive the snap there, eyes may have gotten a little bit big, and he just dropped it. So here comes Romero back to work. 14-7. On their last drive, they missed a field goal. Romero hands it off to Aguero. Tries to cut it back to the near side. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 3, but there's another flag that comes in, this time from the umpire.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty. They'll replay first down. 1st and 20 for the Comets.
6th penalty of the night for Palomar. So 1st down and 20. Comets from their own 36-yard line. 3 wide to the bottom of your screen. Romero on a fade, looking far side, and he overshot his intended receiver. That was Johnson over there lined up with J.T. Thomas, and a flag comes in. He and J.T. Thomas got a little mixed up there. It looked like incidental contact from here, but they call pass interference. Wow, they call pass interference against the Comets. Wow. JT thought this was going to go against him, but this one, in fact, is going to go against the Comets. Nonetheless, it looked like the guys just out there competing. It didn't look like much or anything to draw a penalty, regardless of the fact. Palomar moves further into San Diego County. It's going to be 2nd and forever. Or 1st and forever. Romero rolling, just going to have to throw this one away. Nice pressure there that time by Don Anderson and also Bodie Arigbon. So 2nd down and long for Palomar. From their own 26. Second and 30 officially. Romero out to the near side. Williams dancing, and he can't get away from Sanutson, and a big lick comes up and is applied by Posse to finish him off. Dutson Sonatus. Nice job making the open field stop. Sonatus, the younger brother of Vikings cornerback Mackenzie Alexander, the former Clemson star. And does a nice job there to make the open field tackle. J.T. Thomas back in there at a corner as Sonatus moves to the opposite side. So Thomas looks like shadowing Nate Johnson. Low snap, shovel pass. Here's Aguero. A little bit of room, but a nice job in the open field once again. Gaiman Howard to make the stop. He picks up 7. And a 4th down. 55 seconds left. Rustlers call a timeout. So for Aguero, that's his 2nd catch of the night. They spot the ball at the 37-yard line. So timeout taken by the Rustlers. They'll have one more left. Markel Johnson will be back to receive this punt. The former Australian rules football player, Tyson Dyer, back to kick this one off. And with 55 ticks left, you wonder if the Rustlers set up a return here or they try to go after the kicker. Let's see what they do. Looks like they set up a return, nearly blocked there by Posse. Johnson fields the punt, and he's going to be taken down at the 34-yard line, as he was unable to get free from the Palomar Special Teams unit. Making the stop there was Avery Harris. Couple flags on the play. Personal foul face mask against the Rustlers. Personal foul face mask against Palomar. Offsetting penalties, and so we'll replay fourth down. So that shaved 10 seconds off the clock. So 45 ticks left. Johnson will have another opportunity to do something special if he can get his hands on one. You'll hear from Savea Harrington coming up at the half. And we will also break down first half stats and analysis and give you some scores from around the SCFA coming up at halftime. Here's the kick, rugby style kick. Johnson backpedaling, catches this one at the 21-yard line. Dancing, goes towards his left. Johnson outside the numbers at the 40, where he's dragged down with 30 seconds left. So Pyle and the Rustler offense will have it 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. 30 seconds left. Rustlers with the ball up by 7. Deese, Smith, and White lined up at the bottom of your screen in that order from bottom to top. One receiver to the top of the screen. Here's Pyle. They set up a wide receiver screen. Xavier Smith. Smith with some room across midfield. Xavier Smith, watch him go across the 35. The Pyle still pushing across the 30-yard line. And finally down at the 28. And a timeout taken by the Rustlers. 31 yards on the pickup there by Smith. So Smith tonight, a couple of explosive plays to boot. That one for 31 yards. He also had a 38-yard reception earlier tonight. So Smith with 4 catches for 82 yards here in this first half. 18 seconds left. Nice execution there by the Rustlers. Beautiful play call there by John Shipp, the offensive coordinator for this Golden West football team. 18 ticks left. First and 10 Rustlers from the 28. Looks like Comets got 4 across in the secondary. They get behind everybody. It's Smith, but Pyle overshot him while he had him in the end zone. As Smith ran a streak right down the middle of the field. It falls incomplete, however. 11 seconds left, 2nd down and 10. You got to be thinking Deese here also if you're the Rustlers. Deese lined up against Devontae Woods, the 5'8" corner out of Daytona Beach. So Deese, the lone receiver to the bottom of the screen. 11 seconds left. Remember, the Rustlers have no more timeouts. Pyle steps up, throws, looking deep, who's dope, but cover, he jumps, and he can't come down with it. Woods was there, along with Ali'i Sua'auno'a on the stop. Let's try that again. Sua'auno'a on the stop there for Palomar. It was him along with Woods. So 4 seconds left, and the Rustlers will send on the kicking unit. Ali'i Sua'auno'a. I just can't get that name. I just can't get it. This one from 45. The kick is wide left. No good. But there is a flag on the play. Going to be offsides against Palomar. So Saul Rodriguez will have another opportunity. So while he's getting ready for that, let's try that again. The safety for Palomar, Ali'i Sua'auno'a. That's a little bit better. Not that much better, though. But that's all right. So this one will be from 40 yards for the kicker, Rodriguez. 3 of 5 on the season. His longest is from 42. Buxa in there to hold it. Ball right in between the hash marks. Untimed down here for the final play of this half. And we're going to have a timeout. Joe Early, a little gamesmanship. Going to try to ice the kicker here. So we're going to give Rodriguez a little bit of time to think about this one, as the Rustlers try to go up by 2 possessions here to end this first half. If you see the clock, it has 15 minutes up, as they've already got it ready for halftime. They're ready to go. But this is an untimed down because of that offside penalty against Palomar. And, of course, as you all know, a half cannot end on a defensive penalty. That was the 8th penalty of the half for Palomar. We've had 15 combined penalties here in this first half. 15. So Buxa will hold it again. Rodriguez having had some time to think about it, thanks to 16th year head coach Joe Early of the Palomar Comets. We'll try this one again. And the DJ still playing the music. Officials had to tell the DJ to cut the music. DJ obliges, and Rodriguez will take his steps. Buxa to hold. This one from 40, and another timeout. So gamesmanship times 2. Can't carry over the timeouts from one half to the next, so you might as well use them. So they're really putting Rodriguez on ice here. I mean, he's got to be freezing at this point. Palomar had 2 more timeouts left. Prior to that kick, they just used both of them. After Rodriguez missed the first attempt, but there was an offside against the Comets. That moved it up 5 yards. So instead of a 45-yarder, it's a 40-yarder. So the special teams unit of the Rustlers will come back onto the field, and Rodriguez line it up again. This one from 40. Rodriguez. He is ice cold. They froze him twice. Had him nice and icy, and Rodriguez splits the uprights. And so at the half, it's 17-7 in favor of your Golden West Rustlers. A little gamesmanship there from Joe Early in Palomar. As you see that in the NFL often, I got to admit, I've never seen it at this level. But the Comets took 2 timeouts there to ice the kicker, Rodriguez. So he had double, even triple the time to think about it. Really, when you consider the fact that he missed the first attempt due to that offsides penalty, it was negated, however. So he missed the first one. Offsides against Palomar, moved up the Rustlers 5 yards. Rodriguez got ready to line it up. Timeout taken by Early. Rodriguez got ready to line it up again. Another timeout taken by Early and Palomar. And on the next time, Palomar all out of timeouts. Rodriguez, cool, calm, collected, and cold as ice, split the uprights. His 4th field goal make of the season. And that gives the Rustlers a 17-7 lead at the half. So we've reached the halfway point here in beautiful Escondido at Chick Embrey Field on the campus of Escondido High School, the home site of the Palomar Comets. So at the half, it's Golden West 17, Palomar 7. Coming up at the half, we'll hear from Savea Harrington, the defensive line coach of the Golden West Rustlers. We'll have some first half stats and analysis for you and give you some scores from around the SCFA. Halftime here at Chick Embrey Field. We'll step aside as you're watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net.
On game day, football players aren't the only ones suiting up. Our crew's ready for any play.
Yeah, can I get 1 box? Extra sauce and toast. Hydrated Idaho, Idaho. Tailgate to go.
So that's a box combo with extra cane sauce, Texas toast, fresh squeezed lemonade with crinkle cut fries, and a 25-finger tailgate?
Nailed it!
Football's just part of who we are. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Halftime here on SportsNetUSA.net. Rahshaun Haylock here alongside the defensive line guru, Savea Harrington. Coach, thanks so much for joining us here at the half. I got to ask you first off the top, what's the key to being successful coaching the defensive line?
You know, the key for us, Sean, over the last 9 years is just the consistency. I think we get a large group of kids that come in that fit into our system well. And they just buy into it because in the past we've just had pretty good success getting guys out. We don't get a lot of guys, but the guys that we do get, they're definitely bought in. I think one of the Division I coaches said it best to me when I asked him about 3 years ago. I said, what's the difference between our defensive line and the defensive line you see maybe at the bigger schools? And he says, your guys are coached up. And he knows that we don't have the luxury of, if we lose a guy, we don't kick him to the step and get another guy. We don't have that luxury here. We have to work with the kids we have to. And so, to me, it's been a blessing to be able to just be able to coach them and get them to buy in and work with those kids. I think it makes you a better coach when you're forced to coach a kid. Everybody's going to get their top players, but I think what we've done in the past is really develop the kids that we've had. I mean, you take, KT last year, for instance. I know he came in as one of the top players in Orange County, but he didn't start on our defensive line. He had to earn his spot there, and then eventually at the end of the year, the last 5 games, he started. But we were able to develop him to the point where he was 1 and out. And like a lot of the other guys, same thing with Jaime Diaz and Ceciliano and all the guys that have gone Pac-12. So, yeah, just having a good mix of kids and getting them to buy into what we do.
Savea Harrington joining us here at the half. And while you're there on KT, we talked earlier this season about David Siliuta and him coming on, him seeing KT move on. That kind of sparked the fire under him. How's that been for him?
Oh, absolutely. It was been a wake-up call. KT was a young man that a lot of the defensive line looked up to, and he had a great work ethic. I mean, he was a guy that was out early and on the field last. So he set a great example to show these other guys what it's going to take to get to that next level. And David absolutely has been one that bought into it. I talked to, we saw some of the Long Beach City offensive linemen at the San Jose State game 2 weeks ago. And the Long Beach City lineman told David Siliuta right up front, "You're the hardest dude we've had to block this season. Nobody wanted to go against you." So, I mean, it's a huge compliment that David's at that level. And the great thing is he's still got more to go. He's still got more room to grow. Yeah.
You talk about defensive line coaches. Normally pretty fiery competitors, kind of get in your face. What is it about coaching the defensive line that you kind of have to be a fiery type of guy?
You know, it's just that every down contact, I think. And if there's any timidness in those guys up front, it's going to show immediately. So, yeah, we have to be on top of those guys right from the bat. And the other end of that, too, is, you know, you can be fiery and you can get on the kids, but I always thought you have to show them love, too. You can't just be one-sided. And that's one thing that these kids have responded to. They know when we get on them, we're there to make them better. That's what we say every day. I ask my guys every day, "What am I here for?" And they repeat it instantly, "To make us better, coach." So no matter what I say to them, how I say it, criticize, they know it's to get them better. And it's been wonderful, man, the guys that have come through here.
Savea Harrington, defensive line coach of your Rustlers, joining us here at the half. Coach, guy we're not seeing tonight, Tyler Vaimaona, who's out of the lineup. What is it about him that's made him so special for this program this last couple of years?
Tyler is a student of the game. Tyler studies his butt off. He'll watch an opponent, he'll study opponent, watch what they do. But not only that, Ty is a guy, one of the very few that I've had in the past that can implement the details at defensive line. I can show a guy how to do a swim move and show him where to step and where to place his hands. But it takes a while to develop that. Ty can do that fast. Ty's skills, he's already honed in to where he learns very quickly and he's able to take the details and implement that immediately, where some guys take a little bit more time. And so he just plays fast all over the field because it's a natural reaction for him.
Who are some coaches that you've learned from that has kind of helped you get to this point?
You know, I would have to say my defensive coordinator in college, Mike Zimmer, he's the head coach for the Minnesota Vikings now. When he came and recruited me at Golden West, he was a fiery coach. And he was the same way to me, Sean. He would be fiery at you, and he would get on it, but he would show you love as well. He showed me that you have to have a balance with these guys. And he was a competitor himself. The first thing he would do with all the recruits when we came in, he'd put us in the racquetball court, and we'd play racquetball against him. So we think we're this good athlete going against this old man coach. He would school everybody. That's a story that, yeah, you remember about Mike Zimmer. And then just the love, you know, he showed me for coaching him. And I think also Coach Robinson. I thought I knew a lot about defensive line until I met David Robinson, the Fullerton defensive line coach. But when he took me under his wing 9 years ago, I said, just show me. And he got me to the level. David's mind of defensive tackle, defensive thinking is just beyond what I've seen. And he's been tutored by the best, some of the best around. And so I was lucky to learn from him as well.
And Coach Robinson, the former defensive coordinator here, that title now belongs to Nick Mitchell, who's also the head coach. What's it like working for Coach Mitchell?
He's the heart and soul of this program, Sean. I'm telling you. I don't know how he runs the things the way he does. I admire him. I have a ton of respect for him. But, yeah, he is the heart and soul of Golden West College. He's up in the morning. He's here late at night. He's doing what he needs to do. We always have this little joke. I'm saying, what are you doing today, Coach? I'm putting out fires. I go, man, you should be a fireman as many fires you put out. So, no, he just shows by his work ethic, just the dedication. Just makes us all want to work harder. Yeah.
Last thing for you, Coach, before we let you go, Savea Harrington, defensive line coach for your Rustlers, joining us here on SportsNetUSA.net. When fans are tuning in, they're watching, or maybe they're listening here on SportsNetUSA.net, and they focus primarily on your defensive line, what is it that you want them to see?
I'd like them to see a bunch of kids that play together as one. One of the things we always say, Sean, when we come to these games, any game we come to, we say we're going to come here together and we're going to leave here together no matter what happens. And if you watch our Golden West defensive line, no matter who is on the field, they are always cheering for each other. It's a unique environment that I've taught them that, hey, you want to play as much as you can to get the exposure to get out. but you also, when your brother's out there, got to cheer for him. And these guys have done it. I can't ask for any more than that.
Appreciate the time, Coach.
No, you're welcome, brother.
Special thanks to Savea Harrington for joining us at the half. So, interesting note there. You guys caught that. He talked about Mike Zimmer being a mentor of his of sorts, someone who he played for and learned a lot from. Mike Zimmer, of course, the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Well, your Rustlers cornerback, Dudson Sonatus, his brother, Mackenzie Alexander, is a cornerback for the Vikings and plays for Zimmer. So a little bit of Minnesota Vikings ties for these Rustlers, if you will, with Zimmer being a mentor of Savea Harrington and, of course, Sonatus, his brother, playing for Zimmer and being a member of that Vikings team. So I thought that was a pretty interesting tidbit. And, of course, that nugget there about the racquetball court. We both had a good laugh about that one after it was over. So special thanks once again to Savea Harrington for joining us here at the half on SportsNetUSA.net. Let's get you a couple of scores before we head to break. Elsewhere around the SCFA tonight, Fullerton put a hurting on Saddleback, 56-35. Hornets actually trailed in that game at the half. They were down 21-14, but they came up with 28 straight in the third quarter. They outscored the Gauchos 28-0 in the third, ended up winning that one 56-35. Compton fell to Santa Ana 59-28. Santa Ana improving to 5-3. Compton still winless on the year, 0-8. Southwestern with a win over Mount San Jacinto 17-7. AVC defeated Santa Barbara 17-7. Ventura blanked Santa Monica 55-0. Grossmont narrowly over OCC 37-35. That game at LaBarge Stadium. LA Valley fell to Hancock today 46-7. Some games in progress right now. Citrus over LA Pierce 14-7. That one at the half. San Diego Mesa on top of Victor Valley 28-10. That one in the third quarter. PCC's on top of Glendale 14-7 in the third. Long Beach over Chaffee 17-7 at the half. Third quarter action out at Mount Sac as the Mounties lead El Camino 12-3. In the start of the third quarter out at COC, College of the Canyons on top of Moore Park 26-10. RCC over Harbor 35-3. Second quarter action out in Cerritos. Homecoming as well as Epilepsy Awareness Nights. They're doing a great thing out there at Falcon Stadium at Cerritos. And it is the Falcons on top of Bakersfield 7-6. That one started in the second quarter. Of course, as you know, those Falcons, with those late starts, they start their games at 7 p.m. That's a rundown of your scores in the SCFA on this third Saturday in October. Of course, our score here at the half, Golden West 17, Palomar 7. We'll step aside. We'll give you some halftime stats and the second half kickoff right here on SportsNetUSA.net as you're listening to and watching Golden West Rustler football right here on your home of the Rustlers, SportsNetUSA.net.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we're all about quality. We mix cane sauce in our restaurants every day. And our chicken is hand-battered and cooked to order. Our Texas toast is grilled with just the right amount of butter and garlic. And our lemonade is always freshly squeezed.
Love the window.
And why do we do all this? Because it makes a difference. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Welcome back to Chick Embrey Field on the campus of Escondido High School. Halftime here with the Rustlers on top of the Comets, 17-7. Some first half stats for you. Golden West ran 40 plays in that first half, so just 25 for Palomar, 237 yards of total offense for the Rustlers, 98 yards of total offense for Palomar. And I got to tell you, 65 of those plays came on that one touchdown drive that the Comets had. So overall, pretty good job for the Rustlers defensively. They've owned the time of possession, 19-11 to 10-49. A lot of penalties in this game, though. 15 penalties combined, 7 for the Rustlers, 8 for the Comets. Joe Pyle, 6 rushes for 22 yards and a touchdown. In the air, he was 13 of 21, 202 yards and a touchdown. Sheldon White led all receivers with 4 catches. He had 44 yards. Deese had 78 yards receptions, and officially Xavier Smith with 45 yards on 3 catches. For the Comets, Matt Romero, after that slow start, wound up going 8 of 17 for 82 yards and a touchdown. If you remember, Romero threw 5 straight incompletions to start this game. Marquise Williams led the Comets with 3 catches. Isaiah Guerrero had 2. Johnson and Walker had 1 apiece. Joe Pyle with a 5-yard touchdown run with 1:51 left in the first quarter. Marquise Williams answered with a 32-yard touchdown reception from Romero. So it was 7-7 after 1. In the second quarter, Rustlers regained the lead on a 10-yard touchdown pass from Joe Pyle to Derek Deese. And Saul Rodriguez, ice-cold Saul Rodriguez, as time expired on the first half. It was an untimed down, if you remember. Was able to split the uprights with a 40-yard field goal to give the Rustlers a 17-7 advantage. And that is where we stand right now at the half. Remember, the Rustlers deferred, and so they will receive the second half kickoff. And so they have an opportunity to increase this lead. It will be Johnson and Smith back deep to receive it for the Rustlers, as Vargas puts it on the tee. High end over end kick. Backpedaling is Smith as he catches it in the end zone and takes a knee. So re-enter Joe Pyle. And what a fantastic first half it was for him and this Rustler offense. 237 yards of total offense for the Rustlers. To put that in perspective, folks, these Rustlers average 345 yards per game. So more than halfway there. And as far as the passing yards go, Pyle with 202 passing yards. Rustlers only average 201 yards through the air per game. Valdez gets the first carry of this second half, and he goes nowhere. So nice job there defensively. We called his name a lot tonight. Scott once again making the stop for Palomar. Play fake. Pyle has a man caught. Ratzliff right at midfield. 27-yard pitch and catch there from Pyle to Ratzliff, and a first down for the Rustlers. And we have a flag on the play. This one going to go against the Rustlers. 5-yard penalty for Golden West. And it's called an illegal formation against Golden West. So 1st and 15 from their own 45. White in motion. And ball's on the turf. White had to pounce on it. He tried to get it on an end around there. And Rustlers lose another yard there on the play. 2nd down and 16. Stretch play to Valdez. And there was a hole on that left side, but he went towards the middle. And by doing so, he's able to pick up 4, but probably an opportunity for a little bit more there for Valdez. Unable to do so, though, however. 3rd and 12. Pyle looking right, throwing, has a man Smith wide open in the slot. Xavier Smith inside the 20. He's going to be wrangled to the turf at the 15-yard line. "40-yard pickup on the play. And Xavier Smith continues to be a big play threat for these Rustlers. They mark him down officially at the 13. Pile out of the pistol. Stretch play once more. Valdez. Stopped there by Ambrose.
Ambrose on the tackle for Palomar. 2nd down.
Second down and 7 from the 10. Out of the pistol once more. Play fake. Pyle looking over the middle. End zone. Caught. Touchdown, Rustlers. Ratzliff with his helmet popping off and all. Able to hold on to that one as he took a shot. Ratzliff returning to where he played his ball last year. The bounce back from the University of San Diego with the touchdown grab. A flag on the play, however. Actually, they wave it. Touchdown stands. Rustlers increasing their lead here. 23-7 now our score with 11:29 to play here in this third. Ratzliff was silent in the first half, but 2 grabs here on this opening drive of the second, and 1 goes for 6. The point after is up and no good. So for Rodriguez, that's the second missed PAT of the season, and looks like he's slow to get up. Someone went into him, and the training staff going to have to come out and take a look at the Rustler kicker.
Okay, the penalty is for a personal foul. Roughing the kicker.
So we're going to have to kick this one again. It's a personal foul, roughing the kicker against Palomar. So Rodriguez, he had to be helped off. So looks like Manny Cuevas is going to have to come on to attempt this point after. Cuevas normally handles the kickoff duties for the Rustlers. He can do it all. He can handle kickoffs, he can handle field goals, and he can't punt. He was out there practicing and working on his punts pregame. Have not seen him punt the ball yet this season. But here is Cuevas to attempt the point after. Nice job by Buxa of getting that hold down. And there's going to be a flag on the play. And it looked like Damon Roberts, as he came off, he was clapping in the direction of some Palomar players, and they may get him for taunting here. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay,
charge to Golden West.
They'll apply that on the kickoff. Don't forget, everybody, the snack bar is still open. Ran by Palomar College women's basketball. Still got a lot of
So 24-7 is our score. 11:29 to play here in this third quarter. And the Rustlers take the opening drive of the second half and use it to increase their lead here. That penalty against the Rustlers, however, going to move this kickoff back to the 20. So it's a 15-yard penalty against Roberts and the Rustlers. I mean, I guess we talked about it last week in terms of spirit of the rule. I guess if you want to go the spirit of the rule, was that taunting? Perhaps. I'd say borderline at best. But from up here, we only saw Roberts clapping. Chances are it was probably something that he said, but at what point do you let them play? Here's the kickoff, and here's Aguero across midfield. And Aguero ahead to the 39-yard line of Golden West. So Romero and company will have great field position. Fans, don't forget Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net is brought to you in part by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Go to their website for today's deals on used cars, including Toyota certified pre-owned vehicles. On the web at MillerToyotaofAnaheim.com, located at the 91 and Euclid. Miller Toyota of Anaheim supports high school sports, community college sports, and education. 1st and 10 Palomar. They move the ball back to the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 40. Low snap. Thomason gets the carry. And the big Palomar back gets it to the second level. And is down just shy of the 35-yard line. Second and 6. Play fake. Romero near side. Pass is caught. A first down and more inside the 25-yard line. A late flag comes in, but making the grab there for Palomar was Harper. Personal foul against the Rustlers.
We got a personal foul against the Rustlers.
So an 11-yard pickup, and then you add the penalty to that one. It's going to be half the distance to the goal, so they mark the ball down at the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10 Comets from the Rustler 12. 2 tight ends set for Palomar. Thomason, the tailback, is in motion. They give it to him, and Thomason cuts. A nice cutback by Thomason as he saw a little bit of daylight, but Siliuta came from behind to take him down. Also there was Silas Collins. As you saw Thomas's knees get higher, he thought he saw a little bit of space there and almost got there, but credit Siliuta and Collins for getting there. 6-yard pickup. Second down and 4 from the 6. Aguero now goes in motion. Play fake. Romero looking, end zone. Caught. Touchdown Palomar. Nate Johnson. 7th touchdown grab of the year. Second touchdown pass of the night for Romero. And a point after, nearly blocked, but it's good. That's just the second catch of the night for Johnson. He's been relatively quiet. But it comes at an opportune time for the Comets. So Palomar cuts the deficit to 10 now. 24-14 our score. 9:35 to play here in this third quarter. Rahshaun Haylock here with you. Ed Ford providing the visuals. You see a bunch of motions and shifts from this Palomar defense, and talking to Coach Mitchell, he said that was a huge concern for him and his defense coming into tonight, because it just gives you so much to prepare for. He really wanted to try to simplify things for his defense so far this week. So far tonight it's worked. Yeah, they just gave up that touchdown, but they have a 10-point lead right now, and they're holding this vaunted passing attack to one of their lowest totals of the season. Here's Markel Johnson on the kickoff return across the 30 and down at the 32. So nice run back there by Markel, and Rustlers will have it first down and 10 to try to increase this 10-point lead. Rustlers have led by as much as 17 here in this game.
It'll be first and 10 Golden West from their own 32-yard line.
Pyle has Valdez behind him in the pistol. 3 wide. Play fake. Pyle rolling. Looking far side. And the catch is made over there on that far sideline. Nice sliding catch there by Mouton. It's going to be a pickup of 4 there. And a second down for the Rustlers. Second catch of the night for Mouton. One of the better overall games we've seen from Pyle here tonight. They give it to Valdez once again on the stretch. And he climbs across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 4. Brings up a third down and 2. White is in the slot at the top of your screen. Deese, the lone receiver, to the bottom. They stretch it one more time. Valdez hurdles a man across the 45 and down at the 48. On 3rd and 2, he picks up 6 and a first down for Golden West. The quick little burst there from Tavon Valdez, the freshman back out of Alpharetta, Georgia, getting the carry there. And they go back to him one more time, and not nearly as much success as he's going to be driven back by Wachholtz. Loss of 1 on the play. Valdez on the right side. Valdez bounces off a man. Second and third effort from Valdez. He's down at the 46-yard line of Palomar. 7-yard pickup there for Tavon. And a 3rd and 4 for Golden West. As we approach 7 to play here in this third quarter, Rustlers enjoying a 10-point lead, trying oh so desperately to end this 3-game losing skid. We have a new back in the game. It's Dwayne Roper. Here's Smith on the grab on third down. It's complete beyond the sticks for a first down and more at the 39-yard line. 6-yard pickup from Pyle to White, or pardon me, to Smith. 1st and 10 Rustlers. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Roper in there at a tailback. Pyle looking near side, now looking back far side, going to tuck it and run. Tries to stiff arm, but can't get away from the Palomar D. Trey Samafua making the grab, and he ends up getting hurt in the process. And Samafua able to get up, but comes off of the field under his own strength. So re-entering the game for Palomar is Kavika Muller on that defensive line for the Comets. Pyle, meanwhile, loses a yard on that run. Second and 11 from the 40. Pocket collapsing. Pyle escapes, throws on the run, has Smith wide open in the middle. Smith makes the grab and is down at the 25-yard line. 15-yard pickup as Pyle was scrambling and was like, oh, look what I found. Wide open was number 4 as he found a little soft spot in that zone there. Quickly, the defense was able to converge on him, but not after a 15-yard pickup and another Rustler first down. 1st and 10 from the 25. Roper getting his first carry of the game. Dwayne Roper on the outside. Down at the 11. 14-yard pickup as they wave the flag. And you hear a roar coming from that far sideline from the Rustlers as they see Roper get a carry, and he's greeted by a bunch of his teammates as he goes off to the sideline. Liepert now checks in at a tailback. He's in the pistol, along with Pyle as we hit 5 to play in this third. Liepert with space. Oh, he runs through a man. Third effort, dives. End zone. Touchdown, Rustlers. Charles Liepert with the touchdown run from 11 yards out. And for Liepert, the first touchdown of his career, and the Rustlers now lead this one by 16. The PAT pending from Saul Rodriguez, who has come back into the game. Rodriguez's point after is good. Rustlers 31, Comets 14. 4:53 left here in this third quarter as you're watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Charles Liepert, not necessarily a huge guy, but he certainly ran like one there. Liepert, 5'9", 175 pounds out of Kansas City. Played every part the bowling ball there on that last play, as he was able to bounce off a defender and push another one back and dive towards the end zone for the first rushing touchdown of his career. Tremendous play there by Charles Liepert, and the Rustlers back up by 17, tying their largest lead of the game. We've seen Liepert carry the ball before, but this will go down as his first official carry of the season. Sometimes these stats get jumbled going from one school to the next and different scorekeepers and whatnot, but Leipert coming into today officially did not have a carry, but we've seen him carry the ball before this season, so we know better than that. But in the official book, it will go down as an official carry and his first touchdown of his career. After the return gets up to the 24-yard line, Matt Romero will lead the offense back onto the field for Palomar, who finds itself down by 17. Don't blink or sleep on this Palomar offense. They've shown the propensity to come from behind. Just ask Moore Park. Some heroics on the part of Romero led a comeback for these Comets as they're able to take a late lead with just under 5 to play and pick up a win over Moore Park as Aguero picks up a first down on his first carry of this drive. It goes for 12 yards. They give it to Aguero again. Aguero makes a man miss, tries to come out of another tackle. The Rustlers able to finally corral him at the 46-yard line. J.T. Thomas came over to help. But it was Maduena there holding on for dear life. And another first down there for Aguero. 1st and 10 at the Palomar 47-yard line. Isaiah Aguero, a young man who moved here to the San Diego area from Knoxville, Tennessee as an 8th grader. Play fake Romero, rolling, looking, and throws it incomplete. Aguero, sophomore out of Poway. Played a little bit of linebacker and running back during his high school career here. But hails from Knoxville. But now calls San Diego County his home. 2nd down and 10 from the 47. Thomason gets the carry. Thomason with a burst across midfield. 6-yard pickup. Brings up a 3rd down and 4. And it was a point of emphasis for these Rustlers to not allow Palomar to get their running game going. You will say, well, why the running game? Considering Palomar has done so much through the air, but that was the point, to somewhat make them one-dimensional. And trusting in your number 1 ranked pass defense in the Southern Conference. Here's a completion to Walker across the 40. Ten-yard pickup inside of Rustler territory. And down at the Rustler 38-yard line. Posse there on the stop. And there's Aguero again. This time for 7.
More yards to Aguero on that carry. Maduena on the tackle. That will make it 6.
2nd and 3 from the 32.
From the Golden West 32.
Couple of backups in there now for the Rustlers defensively. Still want to be mindful. Romero finds Walker again. This time it goes in and out of his hands. Avery Jones was there. Also there in the area on the coverage was Raines. So 3rd down for Palomar.
On the Golden West 32-yard line.
Wholesale changes for Golden West. J.T. Thomas will go back to the top of the screen and line up across Nate Johnson. Romero steps up, pressure coming, shovel pass off the hands of Aguero. Avery Jones made a diving reach for it, almost came up with it. But instead, it falls incomplete. That brings up a 4th down. And the Palomar offense looks like they're going to stay on the field. Romero runs back out there. Heavy pressure there by Golden West. 1:55 left here in this third quarter. Rustlers on top 31-14. Empty set. Now they put Aguero into the backfield. Romero rolling near side, looking. Romero going to tuck it and gets close to the first down mark. A late hit, though. Anderson with a late hit. Aguero would have been out at the 30-yard line, it looked like, which would have been shy of the sticks, but this penalty, no doubt, going to give the Comets a first down. Personal foul charge to the Rustlers.
Yeah, that penalty is for a personal foul. That's a late hit out of bounds.
So this will move it half the distance.
And a first down.
And it'll be first down Palomar at the Rustler 14-yard line. They have Romero lined up at a wide receiver. Aguero takes the direct snap, and now he comes back near side, breaks the tackle. Unable to stay on his feet, however, down at the 5-yard line. So a little trickeration there as they go Wildcat. Or since we're here in Palomar, what, Wild Comet perhaps? Nine-yard pickup for Aguero. Second down and 1 at the 4. Romero in the flat end zone. Touchdown, Palomar. He found Walker, who got wide open. And for Walker, that's his second touchdown grab of the night. And Palomar back within 11 now. For Romero, that's his third touchdown pass tonight. Walker's got 2 of them. Point after is good. So 49 seconds left in this third quarter. It's Golden West 31, Palomar 21. As you're watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Rahshaun Haylock here. Ed Ford providing the visuals for you. Making up our SportsNetUSA.net crew here tonight in Escondido. In case you're just joining us, it was a great homecoming for Fullerton College, and a game that you saw right here on SportsNetUSA.net earlier today is they put the smackdown on Saddleback, 56-35. So the Hornets remain undefeated on the season and have let everybody know that the Southern Conference is once again going to go through the Hornets as they improve to 7-0 on the year. They'll be here next week at Palomar. Markel Johnson, 6 yards deep in the end zone, catches and takes a knee. That'll be a 1 p.m. kickoff, and we'll have it for you right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Fullerton and Palomar next week. This Comet team showed it's not going to go away. Just when the Rustlers think they may have been able to put them away, they come right back. So Pyle in the offense will come right back. Valdez out of the pistol, takes the carry. Stutter step. Valdez makes a man miss. Oh, Tavon! A late flag comes in as Valdez gets it to the 39-yard line, a 14-yard pickup for the tailback out of Alpharetta, Georgia. Personal foul against the Comets.
Second penalty is a personal foul against the Comets.
It's the longest run of the night for Valdez.
Yeah, that personal foul. 15-yard penalty against the Comets. Then we get first and 10 Golden West from the 45.
35 seconds left in this third quarter. Pyle to Valdez once more. And he's going to be grabbed around the waist and thrown down to the turf. That was Sammy Fua making the stop. And no gain for Valdez on the play. It's Pyle. And the offense will run over to the sideline, being content to allow the third quarter clock to run out. So after 3, it's Golden West 31, Palomar 21. As you're watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Rustlers have led by as much as 17 in this game twice. But Matt Romero and company each time have come storming back with a touchdown score of their own. And they are within 10 as the Rustlers enjoy a 10-point lead heading into the fourth and final period here in Escondido. Rustlers were caught in that traffic coming from Orange County to San Diego County. They got caught right around the Oceanside area. And as a result, didn't get to the field here. It was a 6 p.m. kickoff. They didn't get here till close to 5 o'clock. So they didn't have much time as far as warm-ups go. I know Nick Mitchell isn't a big fan of getting to the stadium really early, but sure would have liked to get here a little earlier than they did today. Here's Pyle on a keeper. Joe Pyle in the secondary. Loses his footing but stays on his balance. Pyle, end zone. Touchdown, Rustlers. 45-yard touchdown run from Joe Pyle. His second rushing score of the night. And the Rustlers go back up by 16. What a tremendous effort there by Pyle, and credit the Rustlers downfield blocking for him. They were able to hold on to their blocks enough that Pyle, losing his balance right around the 20, able to regain it and still find the end zone. So the QB from Fallon, Nevada, getting it done here tonight as the extra point is good by the Rustlers. And they lead it 38-21 right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Joe Pyle, have a night, sir. "45-yard touchdown run from Pyle. And Pyle unofficially with 75 yards on the night here on the ground. And the Rustlers for the third time tonight go up by 17. There's been a lot of talk about this offense in recent weeks. You've heard myself, Andrew King, Nathan Percy all talk about them. But they've certainly showed up and came to play here tonight. And Joe Pyle having his finest hour as a Rustler. A huge night for Pyle. So Manny Cuevas will put it on the tee at the 35-yard line. As that run right there appeared to have taken some of the air out of the sails of these Comets here. But we'll see. They've shown the art of being resilient as well. Aguero and Nieves back deep to receive. End over end kick. Bounces out of bounds. And that will be a penalty against the Rustlers. So they'll have it 1st and 10. Palomar will have it. Unless they elect to, actually they elect to re-kick it. So we'll do it again. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Rustlers, who, by the way, have over 100 yards in penalties tonight. First play of the 4th quarter, Joe Pyle, the 45-yard touchdown run. 38-21 our score here. 14:47 left in this ball game. Aguero going to take it at the 17. Aguero with the crease, and he's clipped at the 30. Nice job there by Kahuna Nui. Aguero had a crease there. He was a special teams player of the week earlier in this season and has the ability to do a lot of damage on these kickoff returns, but nice job there by Kahuna Nui to clip him. 3 wide for Romero. Thomason, the tailback, goes in motion out wide. They give it to him, and that pass is going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. James Baldwin with the deflection there.
50% to Palomar College women's basketball at 380-425. Please go to the snack bar to collect your winnings. Romero's pass was batted down by number 37.
2nd and 10, Palomar from their own 35. In the flat, Williams. Open field stop made there by the Rustlers. And that was Raines once again. He's played a good game tonight. Ryan Raines, he's been called on to play some more snaps here after the injury to Justin Parker. And he's done a good job here tonight. Romero, and that one incomplete. Harper couldn't hold on there. And it brings up a 4th down. And that's a huge stop there by the Rustlers. Yeah, of course, they're up by 17 here, but the last couple of times they've gone up by 17, Palomar has come right back with the touchdown. Rustlers this time able to force a 3 and out and get this Comet offense off of the field. Tremendous job here by the Rustlers as they try to put a stranglehold on this game. Markel Johnson going to take this one on a bounce. Dangerous play by Johnson. And not going to pick up much here on the return. Maybe 1 yard as the long snapper able to come down and make that one. Kreslovich flag on the play at the 45-yard line, however.
We got a hold on the receiving team. They'll back that ball up about 10 yards as we first and 10 Golden West.
Going to be a holding charge against the Rustlers.
Check that. Illegal block in the back is the call. Okay, 10 yards.
So this will move the Rustlers back to their own 16-yard line.
From their own 16-yard line.
Hand off to Roper. And Roper picks up a yard.
Carried by 45, a Roper. No gain on the play. Fox and 99. Kalutala in on the tackle for Palomar. Second down.
Roper gets the carry again. Nice burst across the 20 and down at the 21-yard line. Picks up 5 there, brings up a third down. And about 5 for Golden West.
Number 36, Wassel, and number 50, Sanafoa. They'll make it 3rd and 5 for the Rustlers. From the Golden West 21-yard line.
Pile on third down would deliver it too high for White. White had to be about 7'10" to catch that one.
Pass by Joe Pyle.
Falls incomplete. And that'll bring on the punting unit. First time the Rustlers have had to punt this half. Just the second time tonight. They'll be punting, but it won't be Baldwin. Manny Cuevas will be back to punt this one, so you got to assume the fake is off. And a nice boot here by Cuevas. And here's Harper on the return, and Harper is wrestled to the turf at the 47-yard line.
Yards by number 23, Rahshaun Harper. He's brought down by number 1, Damon Roberts. It'll be 1st and 10 Comets.
1st and 10 Comets at the Golden West 47-yard line. Don't forget, Rustlers will be back in action next week as they return home for the first time in almost a month to take on Orange Coast College in the Battle of the Bell. Yep, the Bell game right here on SportsNetUSA.net. 1 p.m. kickoff. 4 wide for Romero. Aguero, play fake. They deliver it near side. Here's Williams. Dances at the 35-yard line and out at the 34. 13 yards on the pickup and a first down.
Before he's pushed out by Ford. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10 Comets.
4th catch of the night for Williams.
Golden West 34-yard line.
Two wide to each side. Low snap. Romero looking far side. Over the middle, incomplete. That pass batted away. Nice job coming up from the safety spot by Howard. The intended receiver there was Williams. 2nd down and 10. Three wide. Romero tried to go back shoulder that time as that ball dribbled to the intended receiver, Johnson, at the 20. 3rd down and 10. Matt Romero, local kid out of Oceanside. 2nd year in the program. They're expecting big things from him coming into this year, and so far he's delivered. Takes the snap here on 3rd and 10. Near side pass caught by Johnson. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds by the Rustlers, Johnson, at the 19-yard line.
The receiver of that pass from Romero. That'll move the change down to the 19. In the 15 before he's pushed out by Johnson. 1st down Palomar from the 19.
1st and 10, Palomar at the 19 after that pickup of 15 from Romero to Johnson. That Johnson and Johnson matchup was one to watch early in that first half. Romero, pressure coming, he escapes Baldwin, directing traffic, throws on the run, end zone, caught. Touchdown, Palomar. That was Curry Thomason, the tailback. Nice job on the scramble drill there, as Romero finds the end zone. 4th touchdown pass of the night for Romero. And the Comets an extra point away from getting this back to a 10-point game. And the PAT is blocked. Rustlers pick it up. Here's Avery Jones up the near sideline. Jones has a block. He cuts it inside. The Rustler middle linebacker going to try to take this one for 2. He's hawked from behind, but he gets there in time. 2-point conversion for Jones. So a scoop and score for 2 for the Rustlers makes it 40-27. That ball was rolling on the turf. People were kind of watching, and finally number 40 said, I'll pick it up. There's a nice wall set up by the Rustler special teams unit, and Jones, I mean, he is exhausted as he goes back to the far sideline. But high fives and head taps from everybody on that Rustler sideline to Avery Jones, as the Rustlers lead it now by 13, 40-27. It was a 98-yard return there for 2 by Jones. It was almost as if some of the players just stopped playing. And finally, Jones picked it up and came back the other way.
Okay, that block extra point, picked up and ran back. Okay, it looks like that's good for 2 points for Golden West.
So you don't see that every day. But the Rustlers are glad for it. So 40-27 our score. Tell you, boy, you come down to San Diego, you get all kinds of fireworks. It's no secret, if you've joined us through the years, one of my favorite places in the world, San Diego. We're a little bit, I'd say we're about 20 miles or so north of San Diego, the actual city of San Diego, downtown San Diego. But still in San Diego County nonetheless. And the Rustlers, the 13-point lead here. So they'll start this drive at their own 29-yard line. After the fair catch on the kickoff. And here is Leipert. And Charles Leeper throwing Comets to the turf at the 45-yard line and down at the 43 of the Rustlers. 28-yard pickup for Leeper. And boy, he's looked good tonight. And he's run strong. Nothing doing here on this one.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage where he's tackled by a host of Comets, led by Washels.
Under 10 to play here in this fourth quarter. Pyle on the screen and hold everything. This play's blown dead. False start against the Rustlers. So they're moving back 5. Thirteenth penalty of the night for the Rustlers as we approach 9.5 to play. How about Avery Jones? That was fun to watch, well, I'll tell you. Almost as if everybody went to sleep. 40 picked it up, ran 98 yards. Pyle all kinds of time over the middle. Pass is caught there at the 35-yard line by Jones. Actually, Markham shy of the 35 at the 36. 3rd and 3. 12 yards on the pickup. And they give it to Leeper again. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there is Ali Suia'u Noah. Fourth down and 4. Ball at the Comet 37-yard line. Pyle. And there's some movement up front. Looks like that was the right tackle, Rahshaun Askew, flinching there. So we'll replay 4th down. Looked like Pyle was going to maybe attempt a quick kick there for the second time tonight. And instead, they'll send on the punting unit, and it will be Manny Cuevas. So for the second time, Cuevas will handle the punting duties for the Rustlers. This one going to take a Rustler bounce, and Hargo tried to save it from going inside the painted area, but instead it's going to be a touchback. 7:38 left. Fans, don't forget, Anaheim Union High School District Football returns to SportsNetUSA.net. October 27th, 7 p.m. kickoff. Catella will take on Magnolia High in an audio-only game. That'll be next Friday right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Don't miss exciting AUHSD football right here on SportsNetUSA.net. Romero with 4 wide on 1st and 10 from the 20. Looking over the middle. Intercepted Avery Jones. And Jones is tripped up at the 22-yard line. The last 2 times he's touched the ball, it's been gold. Solid gold. He had the scoop and score for 2 earlier. And this time he picks off Romero, giving the Rustlers prime field position. First interception of the season for Jones. For Romero, that's interception number 5. And the Rustlers will take over first down and 10 from the Comet 21-yard line. 7.5 to play. 3 receivers to the near side. Pyle. Set up a screen. Here's Smith. Catches. Smith, a little bit of a crease. Tries to get outside. Ran into his own man, however. And he's down at the 5-yard line. 16 yards on the pickup. That's really been a good play for the Rustlers tonight. That little wide receiver slip screen. Smith has been able to do a lot of damage on that particular play. First and goal from the 5. Pyle. Leaper at the deep back. He gets the carry. Stops and is hit immediately in the line of scrimmage. Behind the line of scrimmage. Wachholtz there making the stop. A loss there of 2. Second and goal from the 7. Valdez back in there at a tailback. Deese is one-on-one at the bottom of your screen if Pyle wants him. Pyle looking over the middle, back of the end zone. White, did he hold on? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Rustlers. Sheldon White finds the end zone for the second time this year. And the Rustlers have opened up their largest lead of this game. 46-27, 6:27 left here in this fourth quarter, and the point after pending from the foot of Saul Rodriguez. Kick is good. Sheldon White with the 7-yard touchdown grab. The 2 former Nevada Wolfpack players hooking up there, Pyle and White. As Pyle looked like he was looking for number 7 the whole way. And White threw up his hand in the back of the end zone. Pyle found him. And a nice job by Sheldon White to not only go up and get it, but also to come down with it and secure that one, as he was going to not only take a shot from the defense, but also had to absorb that, not only that contact, but also absorb the contact of him hitting the turf and hold on to that football. He absolutely did. Second touchdown of the season on his 5th grab of the night. Joe Pyle having himself a fantastic evening here for the Rustlers. It's going to be a line drive kick. And it's going to be out at the 24-yard line. Looks like the Comets unsure whether that one's going to bounce out or not, so they decided to save it before it went out. 6:27 left in this one. 47-27 our score. It's been the Joe Pyle Show here tonight on SportsNetUSA.net. A couple of rushing touchdowns and a couple through the air for Pyle. Aguero picks up a yard.
Okay, 2-yard gain on the play, second down.
And we're going to have a, look like everybody moved there but the center, so false start against Palomar. Romero, that one batted right back in his face by Baldwin. Baldwin with his second batted pass here tonight. We saw him working out before the game with all the defensive ends, and he's played there some tonight, and he's been a force at that end spot. Baldwin, as you know, the former Dodger minor leaguer, also played a season in the White Sox organization. His dad played 11 seasons in the majors. As the pass is caught there by Williams for a yard. Baldwin said he last played football in high school, and he's back out here and enjoying being back a part of a football team, and the competition is something that he missed the most while he was going through the minor leagues. Fourth down coming up for Palomar as we approach 5.5 to play. Line drive kick. Johnson backpedaling, catches it at the 36-yard line. Tries to turn the corner, spins, tries to reverse fields, breaks another tackle. And a lot of dancing, shucking, and jiving. And he's finally out at the 41-yard line. Rustler fans, we have a new sponsor here on SportsNetUSA.net. Fine folks at Raising Cane's Chicken. Don't call a timeout. Make sure you make the right play and score some fresh, never frozen chicken fingers on this drive with the Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Get tasty sides like extra long, grade A crinkle cut fries, the thick Texas toast, and don't forget the fresh made lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, 3150 South Harbor, just south of Gisler Street in Costa Mesa. Raising Cane's, where game day never tasted so good. Roper gets the carry. He picks up 3 there. New quarterback in for the Rustlers. And it is none other than the freshman John Buxa out of St. Anthony's. Buxa, 19 of 52 on the season, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 6'1", 195-pound freshman out of St. Anthony's. Hands it off to Roper one more time. And Roper gets back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. He tackled by number 50, Palomar.
4:36 left. Another flag on the play. Penalty going to be offsides against Palomar. So we'll replay second down. And that last play doesn't affect Roper's average, so we wiped that one away. That the 24th penalty of the night. 24th here at Chick Embrey Field. Nice facility, by the way. One of the better facilities we come to throughout the SCFA. But Joe earlier tell you it's not his. He wants something that he can call his own. As Roper finds a crease, a first down and more across midfield. 4-yard pickup there. As the Rustlers will continue to chew up some clock here as we approach 4 to play in this fourth quarter. Talked to some of the Palomar players before the game about Pepper, and surprisingly, none of them really knew who or what Pepper was. Pepper is a robot that is on the Palomar campus. Palomar, one of the first campuses to have robots on campus. They have 2 of them, and it's a neat deal in which students have the opportunity to ask Pepper questions. Pepper gives them answers. They take selfies with Pepper. Pepper can give them directions. It has artificial intelligence. So in a sense, as time goes on, Pepper actually gets smarter as Roper gets to the second level. A first down and more after a pickup of 11. but there's 2 on the Palomar campus, 1 on their satellite campus. They cost about $25K a pop. So that's $50,000 worth of robots on the Palomar campus, and most of the students I talked to, athletes I talked to, had no idea what it was. It's pretty cool. Saw a clip of it on the news, and there's some articles written about it. As folks, that's where we're headed. The Jetsons in real life have landed on Palomar College. Roper a stiff form, but he's dragged to the turf. Couch making the stop there. Carter Couch, 6'3", 290-pound sophomore out of Mount Carmel. Loss of 4 on the play. This is what the doctor ordered if you're the Rustlers. Losing 3 in a row. All of them by double digits. So kind of get off the skid here tonight. Here's Roper getting the carry once more. And he picks up 3 back near the original line of scrimmage. As we're under 2 to play, Ambrose makes the stop. And there's going to be a timeout taken by the Comets. So their first charge timeout, they'll have 2 left with 1:49 to play. Don't forget, Rustlers back in action on next Saturday. They'll take on Orange Coast College. We'll have that for you right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So John Buxa will bring the offense back onto the field, 3rd and 11. 1:49 to play here, 4th quarter. Rustlers in command with a 20-point lead. Ball at the Comet 36-yard line. Buxa going to keep it himself. Buxa at the 30. Pyle still moving, and he's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. So he needed 11. He picked up about 10 there. And another timeout taken by Palomar.
On the tackle for Palomar. That'll bring up 4th down. Call it 4th and 2. After this timeout, Palomar with 1:35 to go in the 4th quarter.
Palomar with 1 timeout left. 1:35 left in this ball game. Rustler offense is going to stay on the field. So it's going to be a 4th and a long 1, maybe 2, you can call it. Buxa has 2 backs. First down here. We'll put this one to bed. Roper tries to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped for a loss. So the Rustlers will turn it over on downs as Roper ends up losing a yard there. So first down there, and the Rustlers have been able to take a couple of knees and hop on the bus and get out of here. Instead, defense comes back onto the field, and they got to defend for another $129. 47 to 27, 20-point lead here for Golden West. New quarterback for Palomar as well. And a nice run there by the new QB, Ross Ebert, freshman out of Fenton, Michigan. Picks up a nice run there, cost the 45-yard line. 46. Ebert over the middle, and a big hit there. And that was Ray. It looked like Ray. That was Ray. Raymond with the big hit there. Sosina Fengai. 45 seconds and counting in this one. Forward there on the stop as Ebert's pass was completed to Nieves on this near side. Ball at midfield. Ebert on third down. Nieves again, and he's going to be taken down right at midfield. And that is going to be the last play of this game. So Golden West snaps the 3-game losing skid, and they come down to San Diego County and pick up a win, 47-27 over Palomar. Fans, don't forget, Golden West Rustler right here on SportsNetUSA.net is brought to you by Miller Toyota of Anaheim. If you are a member of the U.S. military with current active duty status or a reservist, you may qualify for a $500 rebate toward the purchase or lease of a new Toyota at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Retirees or veterans honorably discharged within 1 year of service and household members of eligible qualifying military personnel also qualify. More details at MillerToyotaofAnaheim.com, located at the 91 and Euclid. Miller Toyota of Anaheim supports high school sports, community college sports, and education. Rustlers 47, Comets 27. We'll step aside. We'll come back with some final stats and put a bow on this one. Rustlers with a huge win here in San Diego County as you're watching Golden West Rustler football on SportsNetUSA.net. 5 touchdowns from Joe Pyle tonight, 3 through the air, 2 on the ground. What was it about him tonight?
You know what? Joe's been pretty accurate all year for us, and he did a great job. Stood in the pocket, stood tall, and if he wasn't making the throw, he was doing it with his feet. So Joe did a great job for us tonight. So did the running backs. Everybody. I mean, O-line, everybody. I mean, it's a credit to the kids. I mean, week in and week out.
A bigger pressing question now. You got the Bell game next week. How do you bottle this up here in San Diego and take it back home with you next Saturday?
Well, we have to keep on working harder than we did this week in practice, and I think if we do that, you know, the results will take care of itself. But we need to come in focused and continue to learn and get better.
Hey, go enjoy this one, Coach. Safe travels back to Orange County. That's John Shipp, offensive coordinator here for your Golden West Rustlers, as the Rustlers win it 47-27 here at Escondido High School as they knock off the Comets of Palomar. The Rustlers tonight, 540 yards of total offense. They held Palomar to just 258. Rustlers ran 77 plays tonight. Joe Pyle, the star of the game, 22 for 31, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns, another 100-yard night from Xavier Smith as he finished the night with 7 catches, 424 yards. No touchdowns, however. The touchdown receptions went to Deese, White, and Ratzliff. They each had 1 apiece as the Rustlers win this one here tonight by 20. Third down conversions, Rustlers tonight, 8 of 14. And they also, at the time of possession, 37-58 to 22-02 for Palomar. Rustlers 8 of 14 on third down. They held Palomar to just 2 of 12, and they capitalized in the red zone. Rustlers 5 of 5 in the red zone here tonight. A huge win for Golden West as they prepare to make their way back to Orange County, and they'll be back home for the first time in nearly a month, taking on OCC in the Bell game coming up next Saturday, 1 p.m. That's the kickoff we'll have for you right here on SportsNetUSA.net. So with the win tonight, the Rustlers improved to 3-4 on the year, 1-1 in Southern Conference play. The Comets fall to 4-3, 0-2 in Southern Conference play. Special thanks to Nick Mitchell, as always, Savea Harrington, our halftime guest tonight, John Shipp, our post-game guest tonight, Tom Sachs, the SID here for Palomar, for setting us up. Special thanks out there to you as well for watching and tuning in here on a Saturday evening. Ed Ford is the operations manager for SportsNetUSA.net and provided all the visuals for you here tonight. So for Ed and our entire SportsNetUSA.net crew, I'm Rahshaun Haylock saying good night from Escondido. Rustlers win 47-27. You've been watching Golden West Rustler football right here on SportsNetUSA.net.